Hello BookTube, hello everyone, it's Paul here, and I have for you today a bit of a book haul, which is very rare for me because I don't buy a huge amount of books, but this week's been an exception. So we had our library book sale this week, and I saw one book that I wanted to purchase, and I ended up buying a lot more, but the book that I went in for was this one, and it's a People's History of St Kilda, written by Roger Hutchinson. This is an absolutely fantastic book, it really is. I read this 3 or 4 years ago, and it was a library book, and I saw it was for sale, ex-library copy, and just had to buy it. There was no choice, I had to buy it. For people that don't know, Scotland, obviously you have the mainland of Scotland, and then on the west coast and to the north there are many islands. And in fact, after doing a little bit of research yesterday, I was astonished actually to discover that there's over 750 islands off the mainland of Scotland. I had no idea there was anything like that many. Now a lot of those islands are going to be pretty insignificant, but nevertheless, you know, that's an astonishing numbers of islands off the coast. But one of the most special places, one of the most special islands is St Kilda. And I would say it's extremely special for two reasons. One is the remoteness of the island. You have the mainland of Scotland, then you have islands around the west coast in the north, and then St Kilda is way out there on its own. You know, it's far beyond the other islands. It's right out there in the Atlantic, you know. It's about 40 miles past the second most outlying island, if that makes sense. So it really is very remote. I would love to go there one day, but as I'm sure you can appreciate, it's not the easiest place to get to. And the other reason that's one reason why St Kilda is special. The other reason why St Kilda is special is the story of the people. The island was occupied right up until I think about 1930. And the people that lived there, again, as I'm sure you can, St Kilda is a very small island, and they lived an extremely basic life. The people that lived there into the early 1900s probably lived the same sort of lifestyle as people that lived, you know, 500 or 1,000 years before them. There would be very little in the way of advancement. And in fact, the book opens with the story of a young lady called Rachel Gillis, and she had to accompany other islanders onto the mainland. There was a boat that we'd visit there every so often. The boats did go out and in, and they had to leave the island and go down to England, a place called Fleetwood. And it describes how this young lady, who was still a teenager, went on to the mainland, having never seen a horse, having never been in a cinema, having never seen a car or a train, you know. And it was like someone coming from the time that land forgot, or the land that time forgot rather, and brought into civilization, and the way that she was completely astounded and amazed by everything around her. That's just one of the little stories in this book, but it goes into the lifestyle of the islanders, how they survived, how they had to get food, how they, you know, got by in a day-to-day, you know, what their daily existence was like. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this, but here's an example of some of the photos in the book. Hopefully you can see that quite well. But it's very interesting stuff. So I highly recommend this book to anyone. St Kilda, very, very special place indeed. So just a brief run through some of the other books that I got at the book sale. I did quite well considering that was the only book I went in for, but I got a few Ken Follett books. So we've got Winter of the World here. I've only read The Pillars of the Earth by Ken Follett before, but there's this one that I'm looking forward to. I don't know when I'm going to get around to reading this. It is a big book, over 780 pages, so let's hope it's good. And then another one by Ken Follett, A Column of Fire. No idea what it's about. And I've just noticed on the cover that it mentions my old friend Mary Queen of Scots, so I wonder if she features in this. Well, let's hope so. So that's that one. Then another Ken Follett book, The Third Twin, which is an intriguing title. What it means, I don't know. I haven't even read the information on the back of these books before I made this video. Isn't that terrible? The next one is Mark Twain, Life in the Mississippi. I've never read Mark Twain, so that's going to be a good one for the letter T when I get to that stage in my A to Z project this year. And the final one is a book by Antonia, Fraser on Charles II. So that's going to be a good one for the Generations project when I get as far back as Charles II. I haven't started reading it yet. That's just a bookmark that was left in the book. Quite an interesting one. Sketches of badgers on that bookmark there. Anyway, that is by the by. And yeah, so that's my book haul. I hope you enjoyed it. And I don't know when on earth I'm going to find time to read all these books, but maybe I should take early retirement or something. So that's it for today. I hope you're doing great wherever you are. Thanks for watching. Feel free to get in touch, and I hope you're good wherever you are, and bye for now.